Hi, welcome to Peyton Zoo. My name's Jo and I'm about to take you on a mini discovery. So Peyton Zoo is a great place to get outside and explore the natural world. I'm here to help you do that with a few simple activities that you can do at home or even on your next visit to the zoo. And along the way we'll learn more about our fantastic animals and plants. So today's session is all about colour. So we're going to be looking at the different ways animals use colour, and then our activity today we're going to be heading into the classroom to grow a rainbow. So we'll get onto that a little bit later. So today we are in our Tropical Trails exhibit. We're going to be getting a bit of a sneak peek inside here because it's getting ready for reopening in a couple of weeks' time. Now this exhibit has a mixture of reptiles, amphibians and birds, and loads of them have some absolutely fantastic colours to have a look at. Now there are three main ways that animals use colour. They're going to be using colour either to warn, they're going to be using colour to show off, or they're going to be using it to hide. And so they're the three main ways that we're going to be looking at today. So we're going to start with animals that use their colour to warn. So let's head further into our exhibit and see who we can find. A great example of animals who use their colour to warn is our dart frogs. I've got a couple just hiding down here. So their bright colours warn other animals that they are poisonous. And the poison on a dart frog is on their skin. So if another animal were to eat them, it would make them quite ill, or even it might even kill them. Now don't worry, the frogs in captivity that we've got here aren't actually poisonous. The reason that they have their poison out in the wild is because of the different foods that they eat. So our little frogs down here haven't got any poison on their skin at all. Now other examples of animals that use their colour to warn, a great one is ladybirds. So ladybirds with that bright red colour, they're telling birds that want to eat them that they taste horrible, so don't bother to eat us today, please. So next up, let's go and find an animal who uses their colours to show off. Visiting the zoo, you're going to see lots of really bright animals, especially our birds. So next time you visit the zoo, go up and see our really bright parrots or our peacocks, or if you're in this building, see if you can spot the bright green turacos as well. Now it's usually the boys that have these bright colours, and they are using them to show off to the females. If you come to the zoo at the moment, it is a great time to see our peacocks displaying those fantastic tail feathers. Now then, it is not actually a tail. Their tail is actually the little stumpy brown bit that you can see underneath it. It's actually called a train. And when they fan it out behind them and shake it, that's called train rattling. Now female peacocks, called peahens, they are a dull brown colour. Now they're a fantastic example of animals that use their colour to hide. So let's head on through Tropical Trails and see if we can find some animals in here that use their colour to hide as well. Lots of animals use their colour to hide. Now there's a special word that we use for that. Do you know what it is? That's right, it's camouflage. So those peahens that I mentioned, they use their dull brown colours to camouflage themselves when they're sat on the nest. Now there's lots of animals within Tropical Trails that have some fantastic camouflage. So our leaf-tailed geckos look exactly the same as a branch, or our Vietnamese mossy frogs look just like a squelchy pile of moss. Even the patterns on a giraffe or the stripes on a tiger help them to camouflage when they're out in their wild habitats. But the king of camouflage has to go to our chameleons. So chameleons can change their colour and their pattern to suit their backgrounds. But it's not just to suit their backgrounds, they also can change their colour depending on their mood as well. So if you see a dull chameleon, he's feeling dull. If you see a bright chameleon, he's going to be feeling bright and he's going to be using those colours to show off. If you see a very, very dark chameleon, maybe he's feeling a little bit angry and he wants to scare off an intruder. So now we've seen all of our fantastic colours, let's head into the classroom and grow a rainbow. So today's activity, we are going to be growing a rainbow. So it's a really simple activity to do. You're going to need a few things. You're going to need some kitchen roll, a couple of glasses of water and some felt tips. So the felt tips need to be water soluble. It doesn't always say it on them, but you'll find out very quickly if they are or not. So all you need to do, get yourself a piece of kitchen roll, move that to one side, and then if you fold it into thirds, that should be about the right size, I think, then to put into the glass. And then you need to colour a rainbow on each end. So I'm not going to do all of it right now, I'll just do a bit. Make sure you do lots and lots and lots of ink, because you want to be able to make sure you've got enough to meet in the middle. So you do your rainbow that end, you then turn around and do exactly the same on the other side. Now I have got one that I've already prepared, ready to go. So let me grab that one. And then the next stage is putting it into the water so we can start to grow it. Now you don't want to put it too far into the water, otherwise the ink will just end up in the water instead of growing. So if I put that end in like that, and then bend over, glass in a little bit, and then hopefully what you should see is as the water seeps up onto the paper, by a process called chromatography, it's going to pull the ink with it. So you can see both sides here, it's just starting to grow. Now if you leave that for about 5 or 10 minutes, hopefully your rainbow will meet in the middle and you've grown yourself a rainbow. There you have it, a really simple, colourful activity for you to have a go at this weekend. Now don't forget, make sure you like, share and subscribe to our videos so you don't miss a single one. Now our next session we're going to be finding out more about the fantastic array of plants that we have here at Paint and Zoo, and we're also going to be making some seed bombs. So that's in a couple of weeks' time. I'll see you then.